You guys, a new year is upon us. And for 2024, my words are intention, offense, and faith. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Cloud Code!
What's up, everybody? My name is Claude Racine. I am the host of the Claude Code, where I suffocate your bullshit. Yes, help you shut your shit up so you can actually win in life. And these are all, I share things with you that I have gone through, that I have defeated within myself, that have helped me reverse my Hashimoto's autoimmune disease, lose 35 pounds, go from a 40-year-old mom, wife, living with her parents, making absolutely zero money, being broke as fuck, to owning my very first home, 2 cars, and building my very first online coaching business, which is about to reach 7 figures in less than a year and a half. So all that to say, that's my journey, and I'm just here to drop some little nuggets that I hope you guys can take with you and also transform your own life. And today I just wanted to dive into my 3 words that I've chosen for 2024. And honestly, they just came to me through some of my own things that I'm working on right now. Let's dive into the first one, intention. So if you guys don't know, I was a professional backup dancer for 18 years. I lived in LA, moved there from Conway, Arkansas, where I went to middle school, junior high school, and 2 years of college at University of Central Arkansas. And after 2 years of that hell, I moved to LA to pursue a dance career. And what's interesting is, yes, I had a really cool dance career, but I think it would have been so much better, so much more successful, had I just been intentional with where the fuck I was going. What did I want? Who did I want to dance for? And I think I just kind of floated. And while I followed my dreams and was very bold and direct in doing that and very fearless, I wasn't intentional on what are my dreams and goals as a dancer? Like, what shows do I have to do? What singers do I have to dance behind? And I kind of just let it up to, hey, well, whatever jobs I book, I'm cool with, which is fine. But I think I missed a lot of opportunities not having a direction. So all that to say that I'm 42 now, and I'm finally leaning into actual intention, like not just doing something because it's new and it's exciting, but doing something with intention that I have been doing. And like, where do I want to go from here spiritually? Where do I want to go from here physically, in my business, financially, with my family? I have never really written solid goals with my husband Noah on like what we want together as a couple, as a family. And so last night we did that. We wrote out what our major intentions are for 2024, for our businesses, for spiritually, what do we want to do with and for our church? And how are we going to make all that happen? Intentional, as opposed to like, oh, if it happens, it happens, which I literally lived by the seat of my pants for 18 years as a dancer. So instead of being like, a drifter, if you haven't read the book, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, read it. It's fucking incredible. But instead of being a drifter, as Napoleon Hill refers to people who kind of just float through life with no direction, no purpose, no aim, no nothing, this year, and it's not that I didn't have purpose. I think I was afraid of setting goals and then like not reaching them. So instead it was kind of like, oh, whatever, like wherever life takes me. And that's just not good enough, because wherever life takes me will only really, I think, work for so long. And then once the magic of like starting something new dies, it's like, okay, now what? Now it can't just be where life takes me. Now you have to be in control. And I think as a dancer, I always left it up to like, well, it just depends on if I have an audition, and it depends on this. And I left it in the hands of everything else but me. And I'm a firm believer that we have total control, and being intentional is with everything, like your time with your children, your health, being intentional, not just being like, if it happens this day, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No, like be intentional. Wake up at the same time every day. Make sure it is non-negotiable that you're working out. Where do you see yourself a year from now? still with the same horrible job that you have, or do you want to start your own business? Like really being intentional with your goals and where you see yourself, and then making sure that you're taking action every day towards making those goals and those dreams a reality. My second word is offense. Offense. So one thing I found myself doing last year was resisting a lot of like going to do any spiritual work or going to church or, I don't have time for it. Or I don't want to, I don't feel ready. Like all this dumb shit. I felt like I had put the brakes on my growth, my self-growth. And this year it's all offense. Like we're just I'm just going for it. Like if I want to do something, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to think about how hard it might be to pull that off, because so just so you guys know, going to my church involves going to Florida, right? Possibly with my husband and my kid, and then finding a school for Nova, and then getting a room and making sure we have 2 rooms so that Nova has his own room, and then making sure that all my calls are still taken care of, that I can still do my work, and then also go work on my self-development at church. So there's just a lot of moving pieces. It's all the way across on the other side of the country. I don't have my things. I'm not in my comfort. And I realized, I was like, man, I just chose comfort over and over and over again in 2023. In 2022, I got real uncomfortable. Well, first of all, 2020 almost killed me postpartum. And that made me really uncomfortable and scared, and I did not want to live anymore. And then 2021, I started to like come alive again. I found purpose. And then 2022, I just kept going. Everything was new and fresh, and I was building from nothing. I'd almost fucking died, and then I was coming back to life, and it felt so good. And then 2023, I got comfortable, and I was like, oh, I'm here, and I've created this awesome business. I'm successful. Like, I don't really need to go to church as much because I'm good. You never peak. Never, ever, ever peak. See, that is a form of bullshit right there that I had to shut up. So this year, it's all offense. No playing defense. Just forward movement, offense. This is what I need to do. I'm going to go do it. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the investment it's going to take. Don't worry about how hard it might be to put the pieces together and ask the people for help. Just go do it. And that's what 2024 is all about. So I'm going to be intentional with what I want. And then I'm going to be in offensive mode the whole time. No defense, no putting it off until next month or that month. We're making shit happen. Offense. And last but not least, faith. Living more in faith. Now, I am pretty good at this, but I still have fears that I deal with, like fears of failing, or fears of my business failing, or fear of losing what I've built, like dumb shit like that. Fear of not being in a winning place like I am. Also, this light hitting the side of my face, y'all. We're going to figure this out. We don't have the lighting quite figured out, but this is cute. This is a nice little vibe here. Do you guys like it? Let me know. Drop down in the comments, YouTube, and let me know if you guys are digging this. Anyways, living in faith. Fear is a nasty, nasty, nasty little liar. And if you let fear grab hold of that steering wheel, I mean, you're going nowhere but down. You're going nowhere but off. And, I coach clients on this, and I really have to put my coaching where my mouth is and apply it to myself. And I think I've been really good at doing that. And then all of a sudden I kind of stopped. I stopped getting uncomfortable. I stopped doing the hard things I didn't want to do because I got comfortable. And so now it's really letting go of whatever new fears have come up for me. Fears of like, oh, if I go do all this self-development stuff at church, what's going to happen to my business? Oh no, I'm going to miss my son, and I'm afraid of this and this and this. No fear. Live in faith. Conscience congruent. Like if you think it and in your mind, you're like, you know what? I need to go to church more, or I need to work out more. I definitely need to get on Claude's program and let her lead me and guide me to a better place. You guys, we can't do this on our own. And don't be cheap with your health and your growth and your self-development. Don't be cheap with that shit. You get one shot this lifetime to become the most badass, epic version of you. Shut your shit up, suffocate your bullshit, and live in faith. Be intentional and go in complete offensive mode. Doom, doom, doom. No defense. You know, that's with people around you. Don't defend yourself. Don't defend. Offense. Offense. I don't like you being around. Go away. Like, just handle your shit and put those fears away and get uncomfortable. Getting uncomfortable is a must in growth. If you're comfortable and you're like, oh, you know, I'm chilling. You don't want to live there. You don't want to live there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please share it on Instagram. Please give me a little, not testimonial, but a review. If you're on Apple Podcast or Spotify, if you're listening on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Give me a lot of love in the comments. And you know, I love to motivate. This is one of my biggest dreams, is to be the most epic motivational speaker. And if you guys found value in this, you know, share this with people, give me a follow, leave a review, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next week on another episode of The Claude Code, where I suffocate your bullshit. Happy New Year, everybody.